I'm from a small rural community on the west coast of Tasmania, and I came over to New Zealand in my high school years and went on to train as an occupational therapist in Dunedin. 3 years for the undergrad degree, and then I did an extra postgrad qualification in paediatrics. I've always wanted to come to the west coast of the South Island in New Zealand to live, but also to work because of the rural environment. The research that I did when I was looking into applying here was more around the lifestyle and the environment, and just looking at the hospital size and the community size as well. I actually only knew one person on the coast when I came to live here, so I didn't have too many connections in the community, but it's actually worked out really well. I've come to live with somebody else as a flatmate, and they've connected me to the community, as well as being a part of a lot of clubs and volunteering efforts. That's really meant that I've gotten into a lot of community activities, gotten to know a lot of people and been involved in lots of activities. For me, the West Coast has a beautiful outdoor environment, and I love the outdoors, so I participate in a lot of sports. I do a lot of mountain biking and surfing and walking in the bush. So it was a place that I could easily fit into lifestyle-wise and carry out all of my, my leisure activities. The nightlife in Westport, that's an interesting one. I do tend to travel a bit to Nelson, so I find that that's something, it's not far to travel to for the weekend. So there's a bit more of a nightlife there. People tend to get together in small groups for music nights, and you just have to, I think, seek out what there is available. I love the practical aspects of the job. I have to fit equipment to the client and look at clients' homes, their environment. It's just fantastic. Every day is different. Every client and their environment is different. And having that balance between the clinical and the practical is fantastic. Here in Westport, I'm working in the hospital and the community. It's a large region. It's the Bulla region, which stretches all the way from Karamea to Punakaiki and into Ngangahua. I'm the only occupational therapist. I work within the allied health team, so I have physiotherapists and social worker, diversional therapists, and all of the rest of the community team, the district nurses, and a few other health professionals that I work with, which is great to have that support. A lot of the work that I'm doing is sort of self-driven. It's great that I have the flexibility throughout the day. So there's a little bit of a secret about the West Coast, and that is that the weather is actually pretty fantastic. I generally love going further afield from Westport to work with the people up in Karamea, up and down the coast. You see a lot of interesting people working on and living on farms, out in the wops in their studios, a lot of artists, really interesting people. So we're now heading out to Seddonville, which is a 45-minute drive north from Westport, to see a client who's been discharged from the hospital into their home. I'm going to have a look at their function and their environment, and see if there's anything I can do to help occupational therapy wise. So this should be an interesting one.